What's going on, guys? So last week I worked on this animal hover UI to show the happiness and health of each of the animals just when the player walks by. And we have the name up here. So for this week I wanted to test the values that increase the animal's bond and health and happiness, as well as decrease if the animal's not fed or if it's left outside. So what I did to simulate that was pretend that each of these has a different caretaker level, and I named them accordingly. So like this animal would have no care, this would have someone who's a master farmer, advanced, and beginner. There's actually 6 of them, so 6 levels from no care to full care, pretty much. So I made this script here just as a test called caretaker, and I might use it eventually for an actual NPC the player can hire to help around the farm, and maybe pay by month or by day, and each level of skill, if it's a master caretaker versus a beginner, they'll have different costs per day. But on the flip side, if you're paying more, you're going to get better care for your animals. But for this video, I'm just making this as a test. So for example, like if there's no care, there's going to be 0 chance to feed, brush, or pet. Beginner, maybe half the time that'll do each of the actions, and then master is always going to feed, pet, or brush the animal every single day. So I set it up so this gets triggered every morning around 9 a.m. So you're going to see some simulation of when the animal gets pet or fed or brushed, and the stats will change accordingly. So where is the one with no care? That's the one that's going to decrease the quickest. Okay, so let's simulate some days here. So after 3 or 4 days, the animal's fine, but all the other ones are very happy because they've been taken care of. And this is not even having the weather effect. It's basically just those 3 things: feed, brush, and pet. So I go 5 more days, the animal's still fine. And then he becomes sad around the middle of the month with no care. And the health is unwell while the other animals are being taken care of. And after a while, the animal gets sick. And you can see here, I changed it so the texture changes. So this is bright, and there's the happy eyes there. And this animal has the somewhat sad or sick eyes and very sad. So change the texture as well when the animal, if I go to the animal stats here. So on the decrease stat, if the health is below 70, sets the texture to sad. If it's below 25, the texture is cow sick. And then when it increases, the everything else goes up, as well as the speed. I made it so the animal actually moves slower too than the other animals. You could see there. Just so a player can see at a glance, that one needs to be taken care of. So if I pause this real quick and I change this cow to, let's say, 100% chance from here on out it's going to be taken care of. You see it becomes sad, fine, the health is unwell, then it becomes healthy, happy, and then after 7 days it becomes healthy again. So that's that. For next week, I want to work on something related to being able to purchase the animals and then have them go into the barn. So I got to see how many steps that's going to take, from making the UI to allow the animal to be purchased, and then make the animal scriptable object to move into the animal building. And I haven't thought it completely through yet, but that's what I want to do for next week. So that's about it. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions or comments below.